And hello again, everyone. We welcome you to Liberty Benton High School for the second Division III Boys Basketball District Semifinal as the Defiance Bulldogs take on the Wapakoneta Indians. With Miles Holliday, I'm Randy Roberts. So, partner, we know the winner of this one's going to get Shawnee Saturday afternoon in the district final. Now we just got to figure out who that second opponent it is, a rematch of the regular season between two more teams out of the WBL.
Well, you could say that twice. It's so exciting, couldn't you? And where else would you rather be than right here, right now, Randy Roberts? This is a fantastic matchup. These two teams faced each other early in the year in a giant rock fight, but it was a great battle. And this is a Wapakoneta team that's playing really good basketball right now at the right part of time. And, of course, we know this Defiance team, they can shoot it lights out.
CC top-seeded Shawnee already into the district final with their win earlier today. Second-seeded Defiance took down Salina, while third-seeded Wapakoneta picked up a win over Springfield. And our pregame show tonight is brought to you by Binkley Real Estate. Binkley Real Estate has an effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, and extensive network that will get you results that move you. All right, partner, let's talk a little bit about the Redskins of Wapakoneta. As we said, they're the number 3 seed in this district, coming in at 12-10. They won their last 2 games to end the regular season by the skin of their teeth, knocking off Van Buren 41-40 and then needing overtime to get past Bath. But they do come in hot, winning 5 of their last 6. And to show you how close it's been most of the year, they're scoring 44 a game while allowing 46.
Yeah, and they have their big scorer, Ryan Richardson, back. He missed some time in the middle of the year, Randy, and it might have been a blessing by disguise because it allowed guys like Blake Rogers and Caleb Adams to develop more quickly. Now, early in the year, you said it was Ryan Richardson and maybe Caleb Moyer, who was coming off a finger injury. Those are the guys that can score. Now you look at them at the end of the year. Now there's more guys on that lineup that you're more concerned that can score the basketball. This is a much improved Wapakoneta team as the season went on.
It defeated Springfield in that sectional final 62-47. Rogers led the way with 18, while Richardson added 15. Caleb Moyer chipped in with 10, while in the regular season, that was a game played way back on December the 13th. Defiance won that one 32-26. Richardson carried the offense for Wapak in that night with 12. Meanwhile, for Defiance, they come in as the number 2 seed, 18-5 in the regular season. Miles, you can really think of it kind of 3 different ways for Defiance. Bulldogs started 8-0, had kind of that weird lull end of January into February, closed by winning 4 of the last 5, but the loss, a bit of a head-scratcher. They gave up 71 points to an Archibald team that had an up-and-down year this year.
Yeah, that was one of those head-scratcher nights. You and I, we were there, and that was not a typical Defiance type of night because they give up so many points. It's a defensive-first team, and I think as long as Bryn Lehman, who's going to be there as long as he wants, they're always going to be defensive-first team, right? He's done a great job. If you would have told anyone at the beginning of the year that Defiance would be 18-5, he would have said, well, really, you think so? Bryn Lehman did a great job with this group. When you talk about defense, you got to start with Logan Hutchison. If you want to see a great on-ball defender, number 2 does a great job of that. Doesn't score a whole lot, but he contributes by dishing out 4 assists a game, and he causes 2 steals and 2 turnovers a game. The guy that I really liked the last time we saw them play, Randy, was number 10, Josiah Schlaughter. He is a stone-cold killer, man. Loves big moments. 14 points a game. I think he's going to be a sensational player moving forward. And, of course, we all know what Mr. Khalil Lignon can do. He is a fantastic scorer at 17 a game.
Yeah, Schlaughter led the way when they defeated Salina in their sectional final 52-39. Had 18 points, went 10 for 10 at the free throw line. And that game added 5 assists. Dre Singleton, a guy we expect to see more of, added 14 with Ligon pitching in 13. Brez Zipfel did a little bit of the dirty work for the Bulldogs. Only 3 points, led the team with 7 rebounds.
Yeah, they're going to have to rebound a little bit better as a team than they did against Salina early because Garrison Schmitty, he is still out, the 6'7" senior. He's going to be. It looks like he's going to be out for a couple more weeks. If they advance, they might get him back. But he had 7 rebounds a game for them. That is a big loss. A big guy that's 6'7" that can rebound a basketball, and you don't have him anymore.
We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get you our tips to the game here as we get set for this district semifinal on WOSN. Randy and Miles back with you here. Time now for our keys to the game for this district semifinal between Wapakoneta and Defiance. Keys to the game are brought to you by Binkley Real Estate. Binkley Real Estate has effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, an extensive network that will get you results that move you. So partner some keys to the game tonight for the Wapakoneta Redskins.
Number one, Randy, you got to match up correctly. Khalil Ligon is a matchup nightmare, 6'3", and he can step out and bury the three. So put the right guy on him, all right? If you put a small guy on him, he's going to take you to the low block and beat you up. If you put too big of a guy on him, he's going to beat you off the dribble. So match up correctly. Number two, dig in and slide. We saw this Defiance team against Salina. They like to attack the basket when you give them the opportunity. So dig in, get low on the ball pressure, and then make sure you slide. Don't let them turn the corner. And then live rich with Richardson. Oh, boy, is he quite the player. Ryan Richardson, we had him early in the year. Remember that first quarter he had against OG? 5 3 balls. Big-time shooter is Ryan Richardson. 12 points a game, 38% from behind the arc. And his grandpa is Mark Allstatter, so you know he can play basketball.
And what will be some keys to the game tonight for the Defiance Bulldogs?
Yeah, find the shooter, right? Two really good shooters on this team for Wapakoneta, Ryan Richardson, and then Caleb Adams can fill it up as well. And don't forget the other guys like Blake Rogers at 37%. Find that shooter, get a hand in their face. Number two, no slips. Salina did a great job of slip screening and getting backdoor cuts against this Defiance team. Make sure you take that out of the way. Coaches are copycats, right? So Wapakoneta sees that. Well, the slip screen is there. Let's use it. And then number three, Stone Cold Slaughter. Josiah Slaughter. How stone cold was he against Salina? He did not care. Put me at the free throw line. I'm going to bury it. He is a big moment hunter. He's going to have to be big here tonight at 14 points a game.
And our keys to the game have been brought to you by Binkley Real Estate. Binkley Real Estate has an effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, an extensive network that will get results that move you. We're going to take one final timeout. When we come back, we'll be ready for the opening tip here on WOSN. Randy Roberts, Miles Holliday back with you here. So we're just about ready to go between Defiance and Wapakoneta. So, Miles, WOSN stats and info provided some stuff. This will be the fourth tournament game in the last 8 years between these two teams. Defiance has a 2-1 advantage, the average margin of victory less than 7 points, and this is the fourth tournament game in 8 years, fourth different tournament site.
Well, they get to know each other in different places. Let's have some fun.
2017 in Lima Senior, 2019 in Findlay, 2020 in Paulding. So we thank WOSN Stats and Info, and I think we all know who WOSN Stats and Info is.
Rhino? Is it Rhino?
He may be sitting next to you. And I don't mean Roger.
Randy Roberts. Mr. Stat.
Here's Richardson, pull-up jumper from the elbow. That one spins all the way around before falling out. Good job of the offensive rebound. The step-through's no good. But a good attempt here for Caleb Moyer.
Well, if you've never seen Caleb Moyer play anything, just know he is ultra-competitive. Gets the offensive rebound, and of course, he is not afraid to go through contact because he is a fantastic quarterback for the Redskins during the fall. And he is a physical dude as he makes the first free throw.
Yeah, saw the Cook & Sons replay. Now he's going to get a couple of attempts from our Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line. First one is good for the 6'2 junior. Now he'll knock down both free throws. It's 2-0 on our scoreboard tonight, brought to you by the State Bank. Contact the State Bank for all of your bank financial services needs. Visit yourstatebank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Now, really good job not letting Dre Singleton turn the corner right there by Wapakoneta. Man-to-man with great help side principles.
Trying to lean into the basket and scoring will be Will Horvath.
Now, Will's a guy that we have watched as the season's gone by. A little more comfortable in the later part of the season offensively. Nice little scooper right there.
Ties this up on our State Bank scoreboard. Richardson picks up his dribble, is going to need some help, finds one in the corners. Blake Rogers. Rogers going to lose the handle. How about the effort made there by Dre Singleton? Slide in to get the tie-up. Arrow's going to stay with Wapakoneta.
Well, if you're Brent Lehman, you've got to be excited because your guys were the first ones on the floor. If you're going to win these tight tournament-type games, you have to win those small plays, out-effort your opponent.
This opening quarter brought to you by Frost Roofing. Frost Roofing, family owned and operated for over 96 years. Join the Frost family. They are an equal opportunity employer. Call 419-739-ROOF.
A little zone action on the inbound. 2-3. Very active, though, as you see there. Horvath knocks it away.
We'll keep it a Wapak ball. They'll have to inbound from side court. 6:15 to go in the opening quarter here. 2 all early on.
How about that Defiance bench dialed in? Got up celebrating that deflection.
Jab step attempt for Caleb Adams. Can't find anything. Reverse this around Elliott Block. Block at the wing. Lefty's going to let fly. 3-ball off the mark. Dre Singleton's going to come up with a miss.
Now watch this guy in the open floor. Got to make sure the ball gets out of Singleton's hands.
Now Khalil Ligon will let fly. Can't get it to go. Singleton's going to come in for the miss. The cleanup and the putback is good.
Well, you saw him track it down right away. He is all energy. What up, Dre? How about that offensive rebound?
6'2 senior puts Defiance in front 4-2 here early on. Moyer up top with the basketball. Gives it back to Block. Long entry pass is safely there. It looked like it was originally going to be taken away. Defensive pressure applied, makes everything difficult. Ball's lost out of bounds. It's going to stay with Wapakoneta as we're going to take a look at the Cook and Son replay.
Yeah, watch Singleton on the low block nearest you. He's going to come over with great help side on that backside part of the zone, or else it would have been an easy bunny for Wapakoneta.
Replays brought to you by Cook and Son Plumbing and Heating, specializing in old-time service since 1978. Find us on Facebook. Call 419-738-8956.
Now this zone giving Wapakoneta fits because they're playing the passing lanes. Good steal by Schlatter.
He's going to have the basketball across the timeline. Gives up top. Khalil with that fake. Off to Horvath. Will into the paint. Will's going to take on a bigger defender. Gets rid of the basketball.
They need to reverse it and get it to Khalil. He's got a mismatch on the low block. Now that Wapakoneta is able to fix it. They missed that one.
Logan Hutchinson takes over at the point. Back to Horvath. Horvath picks up his dribble. Gets the kick out. Here's Schlatter for 3. Buries the Als Woody's Diner three-pointer.
Stone cold, stone cold, stone cold. You got to say it 3 times because it's a 3-ball.
That's right. 3-pointers tonight are brought to you by Al's Woody's Diner in Wapak. It's Wapak's best place for pizza, wings, subs, and burgers. Yes to all of it. 419-738-9111. Here's a foul on the other end. We're going to get a couple of Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws.
This is the best job against this zone so far. Nice cross-court pass to find a wide open Block. Elliott Block gets himself to the free throw line.
Block 6'4", sophomore. We'll get a couple of Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws. I like that uncue on the scoreboard. They go with the Lee's famous recipe chicken on the...
Well, it's voice activated. It's locked into your headset. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah.
First attempt is good for Block. So all 3 points for Wapak so far have come from the charity stripe. As Brez Zipfel is going to enter the lineup for the Bulldogs. Second toss, a little too strong off the heel of the iron. Ball gets tapped to him. Here's Richardson. Second opportunity now for the Redskins.
Yeah, great back tap that time by Adams to steal a possession for Wapakoneta.
Richardson off to the wing to Moyer. Moyer back to Ryan Richardson. Richardson, good pass. Turnaround jumper from the free throw line's no good. Block is going to be fouled on the putback, and he's going to get a couple more opportunities from the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line.
Watch Block come in from the weak side. Sees the open spot in the middle of the key. No white jersey gets on him. And when you're 6'4", the ball gets to you a little bit quicker than a guy that's 5'11".
Will Horvath is going to pick up that foul. It's going to be his first as the attempt is no good. Free throw line tonight brought to you by Lee's famous recipe chicken, located in Wapak, Device, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not famous for chicken. We're famous for catering, too. As Block splits the pair. By the way, would it shock anyone if I told you our trusty cameraman took the last Lee's chicken finger that was in the hospitality room this evening?
No doubt our man Peyton was all over that. What did he spend, like $24 at senior on fingers one night? That was unbelievable.
I think he still has the open tab there. As former boss of mine says, hey, listen, we all have vices.
Peyton, it's chicken fingers.
Good ball movement side to side. It's going to lead to a three-pointer. That's going to be no good. Rebound in transition. Trent Lisi tried to go high off the window. Tap in doesn't go. Rebound is tapped all the way out to Richardson at the wing, and it's a reset for the Redskins. Now Moyer from deep. Three balls no good as Brett Zipfel comes off with a miss, and here's Hutchinson. These two watched that entire Shawnee game, and I think they want to show that they can run the floor as well.
Well, that Shawnee win was about as impressive as you'll get in a district semifinal. And it wasn't like BG played poorly. Shawnee was just dominant.
And the Al's Woody's Diner three is good for Bryce Zipfel.
Release rotation and then celebration for the Z-Man.
That is the second triple for Defiance in this opening quarter. Bulldogs with a 10-4 lead on our State Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, basketball is such a funny game, Randy. Like, you look at the scoreboard and Defiance is up 10-4, but don't you feel like this game has been played on the defensive end the whole time here?
Feels like it. Three ball hits the opposite side of the backboard, a little too strong. Bulldogs come away with it. Horvath picks up his dribble at the elbow, has to get rid of it, clearly gone. Hasn't had a whole lot to do offensively. How about Horvath leaning in for the second time? Gets in and scores.
Now Will Horvath, circus me. Another scoop shot.
12-4. Wapak trails Defiance. Game tonight brought to you by Army's Auto Wrecking. Army's Auto Wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. Call Army's at 409-225-1896. This Horvath again tries to just throw one up. But how about Brett Zipfel on the backside comes up with the rebound. The officials, oh, we're going to get ourselves a timeout. I thought officials were going to stop plays. I saw the same thing you did. Horvath kind of hit that padding kind of tough.
Yeah, it took a nasty spill, but he'll live through it because it was a nice little pass off the backboard to his buddy Zipfel on the putback. And the timeout was actually Trey Elkert because he doesn't like the fact that his guys are not getting back on defense.
It's a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Let's take it as well as Defiance is up 10. 14-4, Defiance out in front of Wapakoneta. Our game tonight is brought to you by Superior Credit Union, home of the Spear Checking Account, the official sponsor of the WBL. And the premier sponsor for Wapakoneta is Wapakoneta Ford. Visit our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. So coming off that Metzger Financial Services timeout, Wapak trails 14-4. Ball's going to be out of bounds, and Wapak's going to come out and turn it over to begin after the stoppage.
How about Bryn Lehman? Just when you think you have the answers, he changes all the questions, jumps to a different pressure look that time, gets a turnover out of it. This Wapakoneta team really scrambling here in the first quarter.
Schlatter off the angles, able to drive all the way to the basket, can't get the touch shot to go. Blake Rogers comes up with a miss. Rogers lobs this one ahead. I believe that was Richardson under the basket, back out Rogers. Rogers circles all the way around. But you got to like Defiance. You were held to 32, right? 32-26 in the regular season. Now 14 here in the opening quarter.
And being very opportunistic. Ran when they had an opportunity, hit big three balls, Zipfel, and of course Schlatter had one. But it's been the defensive end. They have been harassing Wapakoneta, playing the passing lanes effectively well in this zone.
On cue, there's a ball knocked out of bounds.
A good job by Jim Tarr right there on the call. No better official in the Lima Land area than that guy right there, Jim Tarr.
Something extra will be in your paycheck.
Attaboy, Jimmy.
He said to mention him only when he did something wrong. Three ball off the wing's going to be no good. Zipfel's going to tip the rebound, but it's going to go right to a teammate, Jordan Wright.
Yeah, I like Jordan Wright's game. He is so quick and plays under control. Usually guys that are really quick get out of control. Not this guy. He is always right, never wrong.
And Defiance is going to have some building blocks next year, so Wright, Schlatter, Horvath all return.
Yeah, who's taking this last shot? They're going to go at about 10.
A lot of opportunities. We're going to see Jackson Becker, another sophomore, seeing some playing time to close this quarter, number 33. It's going to be Schlatter. That's going to hit the top of the backboard. It's going to play on. As it's no good, the horn will sound. That's it for opening 8 minutes of action. Defiance leads this one 14-4 after one. And we'll take a timeout here on WOSN. The second quarter brought to you by Frost Roofing. Frost Roofing, family owned and operated for over 96 years. Join the Frost family. They are an equal opportunity employer. Call 419-739-ROOF. ROOF.
Both schools traveled pretty well. How about the student section for Wapakoneta, Randy? You see it, number 33 behind the bench? It's a jersey out for them. And look at that. It's a Jackie Moon Flint Tropics jersey.
They need some of his offense.
Now let's get tropical, Wapakoneta.
How about the opening bucket being an Al's Woody's Diner three-pointer for Josiah Schlatter?
Now Jackie Moon doesn't like that one for Wapakoneta, but Defiance does. Schlatter staying on fire. Release, rotation, celebration.
Three-pointers tonight brought to you by Al's Woody's Diner in Wapak. It's Wapak's best place for pizza, wings, subs, and burgers. Call 419-738-9111. And now we're going to get an over and back call coming against Elliott Block.
Elliott Block is going to run into the great box out of Jackson Becker. Look at big 33 working hard inside. Oh, how about that? Put a butt in the gut and then go up with two hands and grab it. You take Jackson Becker, you put him back in 1955, and you're like, that's how you do it right there. How's he not playing for Hickory High?
And a replays tonight brought to you by Cook & Son Plumbing and Heating, specializing in old-time service since 1978. Find us on Facebook or call 419-738-8956. Not old-time hockey, old-time service. The ball knocked out of bounds. Basketball is going to pull onto Wapak.
Brent Lehman says, no, it's the other way. That's our ball. Boy, tell me, he's not fired up into this one.
Mad scramble right in front of our good friend Aaron Gross there at the scores table.
Yeah, Aaron, he's all enthusiasm. And did you see him? A quick reaction time on that.
Right. Good bounce pass underneath. This one's going to be no good. Khalil Ligon comes up with a miss for the Bulldogs.
Wapakoneta, Randy, dare I say, snacking on some big-time danger. Sitting on only 4 points. Down by 13. No! Down by 16. It's a three-for-all from Defiance.
Yeah, that's an Al's Woody's Diner three-pointer for Jordan Wright. Opens up a 20-4 lead for Defiance. 6.5 minutes left to go. And our scoreboard brought to you by the State Bank. Contact the State Bank for all your bank financial services needs. Visit yourstatebank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, this is not a passive zone. They are extremely active.
Moyer had an open look momentarily. Khalil Ligon thought he had a clean block. We'll get a foul. I don't know if this is going to go on Khalil.
I think they're going to get Ziffel on the drive.
No, it is going to be Khalil. Take a look. Yeah, he said a little bit of the body first.
Oh, I don't know. He thought he was Kendrick Lamar. He was going whop, whop, whop on that shot.
So it's going to send Caleb Moyer to our least famous recipe chicken free throw line. He gets the first one, so all 3 of his points, all 5 points, as a matter of fact, on the night, have come from the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line. Visit Lee's in Wapak, Davis, and St. Mary's, locally owned and operated. Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering, too. So 4 free throws for Moyer, 2 for Block. That is all 6. Wapak points. The Redskins trail 20-6 under 6 minutes left to go in our opening half of action.
A good help side defense by Block on that one against Singleton, and a rare turnover in this basketball game for Defiance.
Bulldogs.
Go ahead, buddy.
Said looking for the cutter on the baseline.
This Defiance team does a great job of taking care of the basketball. In fact, they have caused their opponents to have 100 more turnovers than they have committed themselves.
That's pretty impressive. So Redskins trying to get set. Horvath nearly knocked that one away from behind, getting set on a 3. Instead, it's a baseline drive. Richardson double team. Now picked up his dribble. Needs some help. Pass is tipped, and it's Jordan Wright that comes away with it. Wright stops. Wright pops. Wright buries the Al's Woody's Diner three-pointer.
Oh, the young man, Mr. Wright, you see he left it up in the air a little bit? A little bit. Had the style points on it.
23-6. I don't think anyone saw this one coming tonight.
Boy, they got to get it across. Timeout.
Troy Elkert's going to take himself a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. With the stoppage, why don't we take a break as well? You're watching tournament basketball on WOSN. Our game tonight brought to you by Army's Auto Wrecking. Army's Auto Wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. Call Army's at 419-225-1896. Game tonight is also presented by Superior Credit Union, home of the Spirit checking account, the official sponsor of the WBL.
Well, I'm not sure what Trey Elkert is using to ride on in that huddle because they're minus one dry erase board. You coach this game long enough, you're going to become an amateur karate star and karate chop right through the high knee through the dry erase board. And I get it, Trey. We've all been there, man. The frustration gets to you. Maybe this will fire up Wapakoneta.
Now, does the JV coach bring his just as a backup?
You should. You never know when that dry erase board's going to taunt you.
23-6, Wapak trails Defiance on our State Bank scoreboard. Just under 5 minutes to go in the opening half. Again, these two played a 32-26 game second week of December.
Hey, this Defiance zone is just overplaying the ball side. Got to get some quick movement to the other side. And again, just a one and done, but Moyer working hard to try to get a steal.
Wapak still looking for his first made field goal. Meanwhile, how about the third three of the quarter and the third of the night? That is an Al's Woody's Diner three-pointer for Josiah Schlatter.
Stone cold, 33% from behind the arc on the year, 100% that time.
20-point lead for the Bulldogs.
Well, you know, we were concerned about the two teams watching Shawnee run up and down the floor in the first one. Well, maybe Defiance said, yeah, we'll duplicate it.
And the first field goal is an Al's Woody's Diner three-pointer for Blake Rogers.
Yeah, Blake Rogers out of this world on that three attempt. And how about the block by Caleb Adams?
As Singleton is blocked, it's going to open the door for Wapak. And the blocking call on the other end is going to send Elliott Block to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line.
I like the fact that Elliott didn't slow down and Schlatter not set. He's going to earn his way to the free throw line. How about that? Elliott Block 6'4", not afraid to put it on the floor and attack the rim.
So here's Block from the line. First one is going to be no good. Coach Lehman having a bit of a conversation with the FAR official. But, hey, all I'm saying is if that's a block on this end, when my guy gets run over on the other end.
Always litigating, aren't they? Basketball coaches.
Right. I just want the same call. So Block splits the free throws.
Yeah, it's almost like you've heard that conversation before.
We've been at scores tables enough times, right?
Always setting up for later in the game to get that call, coaches.
Hey, I'm just saying, if it's a block in the second quarter, I want it to be a block in the fourth quarter.
Well, if Wapakoneta is going to build off this mini run that they have, they've got to lock down defensively here. No more three-ball attempts by Defiance because they're shooting it really well.
There's Khalil Egan, a lot of beating and banging inside. Khalil trying to feed it to Dre Singleton. Singleton fading away is going to draw the foul, and he's going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line.
Now watch Caleb Adams, number 21. He's going to come down to the low block late after this pass. Singleton, and he thinks he's going to have a free block now. He gets the elbow on the elbow, and there's the foul.
First attempt is good for Singleton. That's 3 points of free throws tonight. Brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Devils, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering, too.
Like Caleb Adams, though, is going to be one of the best shot blockers in Wapakoneta history. Already a young guy averages 2 blocks a game.
Singleton gets both free throws. We got ourselves a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Metzger Financial Services, upgrading financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. With the timeout on the floor, let's take a break here on WOSN. Premier sponsor for Wapakoneta is Wapakoneta Ford. View our new and pre-owned inventory at WapakonetaFord.net or visit us 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. Redskins trail this one 28-10. Just over 3 minutes left to go in our opening half of basketball. Shawnee team has seen enough. They've picked up their things and took off. As trying to get everyone excited was Caleb Adams. He's cut off at the rim.
Didn't do a good job protecting the basketball with authority, and thus it rolled out on him. That was one that Caleb Adams needs to throw down.
Logan Hutchinson's going to reset the offense for Defiance. It's back towards the center circles. Dre Singleton. Singleton's three is going to be no good. We've got a foul. This is going to go on Khalil Ligon.
Caleb Moyer, great job of getting into Khalil and just digging him out. Easy call by the officials because a picture-perfect box out by Caleb Moyer.
That is going to be Khalil's second, so he will sit down. 2:35 to go before halftime. So Wapak with the basketball back, trying to eat into this 18-point deficit. Moyer, top of the key, couple of ball fakes, gets rid of it over to the left wing. Ethan Brandt, ball's out of bounds. He's going to stay with the Redskins.
Now watch Singleton. Just going to lift his hand up and play the passing lane right there. Great anticipation. The quickness of Dr. Trey, evident.
Saw that on our Cook and Son replay. Ball deflected, hit off the rim, stayed in play. And the Bulldogs come away with the basketball. No one's going to pick up Jordan Wright till he gets to the top of the key. Wright step inside the free throw line. Can't get it to go. Rebound's knocked out of bounds. Everyone's pointing around, and it's going to be a Wapakoneta ball. We'll see what our Cook and Son replay shows.
Yeah, one that early in the game probably falls. Jordan Wright almost gets the offensive rebound. His ability to get to the lane is tough because he's so quick. How do you take it away?
Wapak with a basketball under 2 minutes now. Entry pass thrown right to Dre Singleton. Problem is he's on the other team. Singleton trying to go coast to coast. A little double pump, and he'll score.
Top corner of the square. Circle gets a square. Singleton putting his mark on this game.
Dre's now up to 6 points and a 20-point lead for Defiance. Baseline pass to Adams. That one's going to be taken away. Never got the handle. Horvath will find an outlet once again in Dre Singleton. Singleton to the baseline, doesn't get it to go. Trying to fight for the rebound. Now it's Wapak have some numbers. Brett Zipfel does a little fancy footwork to avoid kicking the basketball. Now they get into Moyer. Moyer with a left hand slides through the defense and scores.
Yeah, nice pass by Blake Rogers. Attacked from the corner and found Moyer, who is always moving to the open spot.
Is the first 2-point basket of the contest for Wapakoneta.
Well, looks like Bryn Lehman telling his guys, let's go a little 1-4, work clock, shorten this half down.
And down under a minute to go. Wright gives it into the corner. Horvath for three, can't get it to go. Nice job one-handing the rebound for Rogers. Rogers ahead to Richardson, and Richardson scores for the first time tonight.
The first open floor bucket for Wapakoneta. Down to 16, just dig in here if you're in the red.
Wapak's leading scorer held to just 2 so far. Wapak has put together back-to-back baskets.
Run and jump.
It's Horvath gives into the corner, calls for it back. 12 seconds before halftime, and we've got a whistle. And a Wapak foul. This is going to go on Ethan Brandt.
Checking in for the Redskins, number 11, Elliott.
Third team foul, so if you're smart, you really can make it difficult for Defiance to get a quality open look to end this half.
So Defiance inbounds, 11 seconds to go before halftime. Right between the circles, Jordan, that high post pass. And Khalil's going to be called for the travel.
A tough half for one of the best players in the WBL. Couple fouls, travel there, another travel earlier in the game, and he's going to come out of the game to protect him, and they're going to get a little bit quicker on the floor here.
Yeah, Logan Hutchinson comes in a little offense for defense. 4.8 seconds to go in the half. And now the foul with Defiance having one to give. So that will force Wapak to inbound just 2 seconds to go before halftime.
Would you be in favor of the fouls that give being eliminated and it becomes a free throw in under 30 seconds? Would you be in favor of that?
I would.
Yeah, it changes the game drastically.
So Moyer will do the inbounding. Moyer having some problems. Throws this one to midcourt. It's going to be deflected. One attempt at the horn's going to be no good, and that is going to do it for our opening half of basketball. Defiance is going to carry a double-digit lead into the break. It's 30-14 Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout here on WOSN. Halftime here from Liberty Benton Defiance out in front of Wapakoneta, 30-14 at the break. That's Miles Holliday. I'm Randy Roberts, and our halftime adjustment brought to you by Binkley Real Estate. Binkley Real Estate has effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, an extensive network that will get results that move you. I didn't just read that off a piece of paper. Don't believe what your TV says there. So, partner, 30-14, Defiance in front, so halftime adjustments. Defiance have a whole lot they want to adjust here at the break?
No, and you see over your shoulder, Jerry Beauty, the AD at Defiance right there. Yeah, he's already shaking hands because he's excited about that effort. Yeah, great job by Defiance. How active were they defensively? Boy, it seemed like their hands were absolutely everywhere in that zone. Guys like Singleton getting hands-on passes, and then they were very opportunistic on offense. They had an opportunity to run, they would run, and if they had an opportunity to shoot a three, they shot really well in that first half. Now, if you're Wapakoneta, first thing you got to do, got to find a new dry erase board. Once you have that down, you draw up a new zone beater, right? That zone really stymied Wapakoneta. Maybe you ratchet up the defense, try to get some turnovers and score that way because that zone is befuddled Wapakoneta.
There's about 50 years of Defiance athletics in that shot. I believe that man next to Jerry, he's talking to Barry Parsons, the guy he replaced as the athletic director and a football coach at Defiance. So there's about 100 years of Ohio high school sports history, and they're probably not talking about favorite restaurants.
Well, they got to be excited about that first half. Everybody in blue was excited about the effort of Bryn Lehman's group and the guys from Wapakoneta in the student section. Well, number one, you got to ask that young man in the front row, why are you wearing a Browns number 4 jersey, right? And then you got to ask Jackie Moon down here, what do you got to do to figure this out? And Jackie Moon will tell you, EAE, everybody love everybody, right? So you got to figure that out, and you'll be okay.
So 30-14, Defiance out in front of Wapakoneta at the half, and our halftime adjustments brought to you by Binkley Real Estate. Binkley Real Estate is effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, an extensive network that will get results that move you. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll bring you the second half of tournament basketball here on WOSN. Getting ready to start the second half, this third quarter brought to you by Frost Roofing, family owned and operated for over 96 years. Join the Frost family. They're an equal opportunity employer. Call 419-739-ROOF. Randy Roberts, Miles Holliday back with you here at Liberty Benton. 32-14, Defiance in front of Wapakoneta. Winner's going to come back here Saturday afternoon. They're going to take on the Shawnee Indians, who put on a clinic. Their win 67-26 over Bowling Green.
Yeah, not often you see in a district semifinal a running clock as quickly as we saw in that one.
Officials are going to make sure everyone is set. Defiance already back out onto the floor, so we can tell you that the premier sponsor for Wapakoneta tonight is Wapakoneta Ford. View our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net. Visit us 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta.
Hubie Brown, who just retired, one of the best analysts ever, used to say, first 5 minutes of the second half dictates how the half will go. Wapakoneta has to win the first 4 minutes of the third quarter in a big way.
Entry pass is going to be taken away, so another steal for Defiance. That's what they've done extremely well in that opening half, and we're going to have a travel under the basket, getting a little too, what the word I'm looking for Logan Hutchinson, and just never had the handle.
Couldn't hold on to it, and I think if they watch this tomorrow, Slaughter's going to say, maybe I take it all the way myself. It was a 2-on-1. Defense was just hedging off both of them.
Hutchinson just had the opportunity, never really had the basketball in his hands to put up an attempt.
This 2-3 was so effective in the first half, and Richardson gets the open look at it but misses everything. Draws nothing but the backboard.
Officials are going to get together and decide that this is going to be Defiance ball.
Khalil struggled in that first half. Gets a clean look, but too strong on that one.
Wapak comes away with the basketball. Still looking for our first points of the second half. High post pass. Caleb Adams, he's going to send it right back out to the wing. Richardson over to the left side to Elliott Block. Block picks up his dribble, is going to need some help. Now Moyer.
Just no movement. So all 5 defenders able to just lock on the basketball.
Blake Rogers trying to find somewhere to go. Richardson doesn't have an answer, so he'll try Moyer. Back to Richardson. We've got Elliott Block set up at the free throw line. Now he'll move to that left post as the ball comes that way. Rogers across the key. Jump stop, can't get it to go. As Defiance gets the miss, and now they'll push in transition. This is Dre Singleton. Singleton to the basket, can't get it. As it's block off the miss, now Wapak in transition. Ahead, and the score. It's the first of the night for Caleb Adams.
Oh, how about the big fella? 6'5", one running the floor, then the catch and finish. Something special right there for the sophomore.
So Wapak comes up with the first basket of the third quarter, makes it 30-16 on our scoreboard tonight, brought to you by the State Bank. Contact State Bank for all of your banking financial services needs. Visit yourstatebank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Turnaround does not go for Khalil Ligon. Wapak now again moves side to side against that defense. Richardson, little space. He's going to bury the Al's Woody's Diner three-pointer.
Use a great screen by Elliott Block to get him free. Now down to 11, and Brent Lehman says, let's talk about this.
And he's going to use himself a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Metzger Financial Services, helping plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. 30-19, Defiance's lead down to 11. Let's take a timeout here on WOSN. 30-19, Defiance out in front of Wapak.
Randy, I just want to point out that the fortunes of Wapakoneta has changed drastically since Bobby Boucher, right in the front row, showed up. Look at it, he's playing hurt even. He's got the bad wrist, yeah. He's got the broken clipboard, he's banging on it. That dry erase board, now a motivational tool for the student section.
It's going to help him in the Bayou Bowl.
Mud Dogs looking tough.
Game tonight brought to you by Army's Auto Wrecking. Army's Auto Wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. Call Army's 419-225-1896.
Wapakoneta's got themselves back in it, only down 11 now.
Brett Zipfel's pass comes into the corner. Jordan Wright has it out at the wing. They're going to reset the offense. They spin it around to that right side. Pass is deflected. Khalil able to get it. Now Hutchinson to that extra pass. Calls for it back.
Yeah, Khalil found himself just a little bit too far underneath the basket.
Three ball from Hutchinson's going to be off the mark, but the offensive rebound for Khalil. Khalil trying to spin around, doesn't get it to go. Horvat's going to knock this one out of bounds, and the basketball is going to belong to the Redskins.
Khalil did, what, 2 360s on that one? They spin around to go with the baby hook.
Is that 720?
Altogether.
Okay. So he did 2 360s or he did a 720?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Two of them.
Two 720s. That's a 1440.
How about it was a whirling dervish?
There we go. Richardson at the wing. He's going to need some help. Andrews gets, Adams that is, gets that entry pass. Caleb Moyer couldn't find anything he liked.
Caleb Moyer was trapped in the corner but got out of it. And we're going to get a mover. Somebody call U-Haul.
Yeah, this is going to go on Caleb Adams. Adams stuck either the hip or the leg out and impeded the defender.
Just a little hip check, right? Watched some Four Nations hockey this week. Added it to his game.
Josiah Schlatter re-enters the lineup for Defiance. Halfway through this third quarter, Bulldogs still looking for their first points of the second half. They've been stuck at 30 now for just over 4 minutes. Hutchinson gets it inside, and they'll get those first points. in the form of Khalil Ligon.
Yeah, what a great back screen by Schlatter to get the big fella free. Good call to a planned set by Bryn Lehman.
Richardson had a couple of ball fakes out to Moyer. Now that short corner pass is for Elliott Block. Block sends this one over the top. Three ball's going to miss everything. Moyer saves the ball from going out of bounds. That is going to hit off, I believe, Brez Zippos. We're going to take a look at the Cook and Son replay.
Well, how about the effort by Caleb Moyer? Oh, elite level stuff. And then the help on the call by Elliott Block.
Our replay is brought to you by Cook and Son Plumbing and Heating, specializing in old-time service since 1978. Find us on Facebook. Call 419-738-8956.
Jordan Wright you see his head down because he knows that was a bunny that he should have got. Played the passing lane exquisitely, just couldn't finish on the coast-to-coast.
Blake Rogers, a sophomore for this Wapakoneta team, brings the ball into the front court. We've mentioned just about everywhere we've gone in the WBL, the young teams. So the starting five for Wapak: junior, sophomore, junior, sophomore. Richardson, one of those juniors, he's going to bury the Owls winning Diner three-pointer. It's his second of the night. We've got ourselves a Metzger Financial Services timeout. That leads down to 10. Let's take a break here on WOSN. Tonight's game is presented by Superior Credit Union, home of the Spirit checking account, and the official sponsor of the WBL. Well, it was a 16-point Defiance lead at the break. That lead's now been trimmed to 10.
Gotten as high as 20 in the first half. Hats off to Wapakoneta, continuing to work hard.
Brett Zipfel gets down to that low block, trying to muscle his way to the basket. He'll get the bucket.
Yeah, the Z-Man just worked hard, established his dominance on that low block, and every time Wapakoneta's gone on a little bit of a run, Defiance has had a set look that's gotten them buckets.
It's at 34-22. We played just over 2 minutes left to go on our State Bank scoreboard. Moyer's pass goes into the corner. Sorry, partner.
I was just going to say, know where the shooters are because Richardson's been heating up. Know where he's at if you're Defiance.
Jordan Wright very quickly bring this one into the front court. Right in the corner, held high. Now to Schlatter. Schlatter back to Wright. Horvath spins this around. Ziffel didn't like anything. Right off the screen, momentarily thought about the three. Clock's down to a minute 45 in the quarter. See how much Defiance wants to use of it. Now the entry pass back to Khalil. Khalil stripped the first time, still pivoting around. Doesn't get it to go as Elliott Block comes away with the miss. There's Blake Rogers. Rogers holds on to the basketball out to Moyer, and now Ryan Richardson with it.
Now look at Schlatter, very aware of where Richardson was, extended out, and so does Wright.
Wright might got away with a little bit of a push, trying to get some room defensively. He wants to sell inside. Here's one stripped and lost, and we're going to have ourselves a couple of least famous recipe chicken free throws.
Now watch this pass by Caleb Moyer. How does he fit this through?
Well, he's a quarterback. He's good.
Yeah, never threw an interception in the fall. There was a set of hands right there that he got right through. That's a heck of a pass to Block.
Elliott Block, who has three makes from the least famous recipe chicken free throw line, will get two more. His first one is good. Free throws tonight brought to you by Least Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Devils, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. Second one's off the mark, but the offensive rebound to reset for Wapak. Now here's Rogers. Can't get the three to go as Zipfel gets the miss for Defiance.
Well, that would have been a huge make for Wapakoneta after the tremendous work on the offensive glass by Adams.
Here's Will Horvath. Horvath in the paint. Horvath banging around. Gets into Leigden. Now underneath the basket. Khalil, what a pivot. It's in and scores.
Well, he loves to spin around. That time it works for him. Big bucket for Defiance.
Makes it 36-23 in our State Bank scoreboard. 30 seconds left to go. Third quarter. Richardson. He'll let fly from deep. In and out as Wright has the miss.
Bryn Lehman, you just saw it on the corner of your screen, gave his guys the slow down, let's take the last shot here, and Richardson's going to go out and foul.
Defiance left to inbound with 14.4 seconds to go in the quarter. Wapak still has 2 more fouls to give. They want to do it again. That might be the case. Wapak's going to send a lot of fresh bodies in here. One of those being the 6'8 senior Ethan Koch.
They put some guys in so when they commit the foul, it doesn't hurt the team overall.
And fouls committed now, 7.8 seconds.
Ethan Brandt made it about as obvious that you want to commit a foul as you possibly could. Just went up and kind of two-hand chucked. Leave no doubt about it. I like it.
Singleton inbound. Gets us into right. Wright's now fouled with 6.3 seconds.
Brandt goes over and slaps 5 against Jordan Wright. Say, hey, didn't mean to do it a little bit vicious, but Ethan Brandt comes in and contributes 2 quick fouls. It comes out. Look, if this was hockey.
Coach, I did my job.
That's right, go in and check some a little bit.
So Wright is going to lose the handle of the basketball. It's out of bounds. It's going to stay Defiance ball, much to the dismay of everyone dressed in red. See what the Cook and Son replay shows.
Yeah, I think Wapakoneta, that's something they could complain about.
Singleton doesn't get it off in time. They're going to wave it off, and that's how a third quarter will end. So 36-23, Defiance will carry a double-digit lead into the fourth quarter. We'll have it for you next here on WOSN. Ready for our fourth and final quarter. This fourth quarter brought to you by Frost Roofing. Family owned and operated for over 96 years. Join the Frost family. They are an equal opportunity employer. Call 419-739-ROOF.
Now, you know what all those youngsters are doing at Defiance? They're jumping on that WOSN app, watching the highlights of this one, going back in time. Good to see a large contingent of Kirk's crazies here tonight from Defiance.
Also good to see Kirk himself here.
Yeah, exactly.
In the paint, pull-up jumper. That one grazes the front of the iron forward, Josiah Schlatter. Here comes Wapakoneta off the miss. He pushed the tempo in that third quarter. Outscored Defiance 9-6 in that third. Made it a little bit more manageable here at 36-23 to begin this fourth quarter. And it's going to make it 10 as the Al's Woody's Diner three-pointer is good for Ryan Richardson.
Oh, you're living rich with Richardson. Let him keep shooting that three ball. And now a little bit of a change defensively for Wapakoneta. Got it down to 10, looking to get some easy buckets off the defensive end.
It's the third three of the night for Richardson. Dogs trying to answer on the other end now. A little contact going for the rebound. As Elliott Black's going to pick up the fouls. We take a look at the Cook and Son replay.
Zippel does the right thing. He goes up with 2 hands to corral it. You go up with 1 hand, you're losing that. Use his body to shield it. Big foul by Elliott Block.
Replays tonight brought to you by Cook and Son Plumbing and Heating, specializing in old-time service since 1978. Find us on Facebook or call 419-738-8956 as Defiance will get in and get the basket. Dre Singleton now up to 8 points tonight with a score.
Wapakoneta has done a good job of squaring up on guys, not letting people turn the corner, digging in, except for with Dre Singleton, but he's just so quick, isn't he? He's so explosive off the floor.
Now the curl off the screen, 3 is no good for Richardson. The ball is going to end up near the scores table by our radio friends. Where
how about Nate Garlock and Young Gravy over there, not even helping the youngster out?
All Nate did was lift his arms up. I'm out of the way. Not off me.
Come on, fellas. Helps the youngster out.
Fixes the water bottle over there. Leads a dozen for Defiance. Brett Zippel inside will score.
Nothing more than a great fundamental drop step. Using your body to protect the basketball. Well, fundamental offense by Defiance.
Brett with 7. as that lead grows to 14. 6 minutes left to go on our State Bank scoreboard. As Moyer's three is no good. Our scoreboard tonight brought to you by the State Bank. Contact the State Bank for all of your banking financial services needs. Visit yourstatebank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Off the missed shot about Schlatter from his seated position, able to get rid of this one. Ball's knocked out of bounds, and this one's going to belong to Wapakoneta.
A great work by Schlatter to dig it out. You're going to see the missed 15-footer by Singleton, and Khalil going to work really hard. And he was kind of saying, no, that's off red. Come on, Khalil. Who you kidding? We all know.
Wapak trying to fight inside. Our game tonight brought to you by Army's Auto Wrecking. Army's Auto Wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. Call Army's at 419-225-1896. Wapak gets the answer as they'll get the score from Adams.
A nice job by Blake Rogers. Averages 3 assists. Picks up another one right there. Going right down Main Street against that zone.
Adams been held in check tonight, just 4 points. Wapak down a dozen, and the pivot's going to end up on the baseline for Trey Singleton. It's a turnover, and Wapakoneta is going to get this one back.
Horvath's going to come in for Singleton. Kind of a sloppy possession for Defiance. He could have worked another 30 seconds off right there.
Wapak will go to Moyer. Moyer sends this one off to the wing. Richardson's got the hot hand. He's going to bury the Owls Woody Steiner three-pointer, and we're going to have ourselves a Metzger Financial Services timeout. So our three-pointers tonight brought to you by Owls Woody Steiner and Wapak. It's Wapak's best place for pizza, wings, subs, and burgers. Call 419-738-9111. Timeout on the floor. Lead is now under 10. Let's take a break here on WOSN. 40-31, Defiance out in front of Wapakoneta, and the premier sponsor for Wapakoneta is Wapakoneta Ford. View our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net. Visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. And tonight's game is presented by Superior Credit Union, home of the Spirit checking account, and the official sponsor of the WBL.
How about Uncle Jesse, all the way from Hazard County up here to watch this one? Pretty cool seeing him. But do you think Bryn Lehman was saying, hey, did we pay attention to the 3 keys that Miles said? Find the shooter. Find the shooter. Who's the shooter, Randy? Who is it?
Ryan Richardson.
Yes, don't let him get free looks. Fella is red hot right now for Wapakoneta.
He's got 14 points. 12 of them have come from behind the arc. Don't look now. Wapak's got this down to 9. Turnaround's no good for Khalil Lignan. Richardson gets one over the top. Here's Moyer. Moyer, little contact to the basket. And we're going to take a look at the Cook and Son replay here.
A good ball reversal. And
they're going to count the basket.
Oh, my. Through the contact, and great job by Moyer keeping his eyes up through the contact and getting that one to bury through. How about the student section? They're getting fired up now. Wapakoneta can start to feel it.
So that's 8 for Moyer. Now a chance from the least famous recipe chicken free throw line rattles it home. The old school three-point play has got this down to a 2-possession ball game, 40-34. Just over 4 minutes left to go in regulation. Horvath's going to have it poked away, and we're going to get a foul on Richardson.
Richardson's going to get up tight on Horvath, and he's just going to, you see the back tap. Oh, and it's such a shame because Wapakoneta had numbers on the open floor the other way.
This one's going to end up into the backcourt. Jordan right at the point. To the head to Schlatter. Schlatter, top of the key, here's Zipful. Will find Horvath. Will to the basket. Can't get it to go, but he's going to go to the least famous recipe chicken free throw line.
This young man, Horvath, is showing later in the year that he can get to the lane. Goes through that contact, and he loves that scoop shot. The block should have done a better job of closing that doorway. The Horvath with the Jay Burson-like little scoop.
First attempt from the least famous recipe chicken free throw line is no good. He'll get one more. 4:02 to play in a 40-34 ball game.
He kind of struggles at the free throw line, only 39% on the year.
splits the pair there. 7 points now for the junior tonight.
Ton of time left for Wapakoneta, but do they have a lot of energy left?
Nice job giving to the baseline cutter, and the score for Caleb Adams.
A much better plan of attack against this 2-3 in the second half. And you wondered, Randy, if you're Bryn Lehman, do you go back to man for a little bit, then go back to that 2-3 as Block says, hey, you know what my last name is? You know what my last name is? It's Block. Watch this right here. Hello, get that out of here, Elliot Block.
Yeah, Robo almost took the worst of that one. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Defiance.
I mean, let's be honest. Robo does a better job than Peyton anyhow, right? Doesn't he? Eats less, causes less problems.
Robo
always on time.
I don't know. It's tough with Robo because you got to take those chicken fingers and really. It's really tough to feed them the chicken fingers. The ball poked away. We got a scrum in the paint, and a foul's going to be called on Blake Rogers.
It was a crafty play by Caleb Moyer, who stepped around and poked it free as he was playing defense on Khalil.
Defiance to inbound, trying to get it into Khalil. And they'll have to do it again from the same spot.
That was a big-time inbound play. They faked that they were going to run a screen to get Schlatter free on the outside, and then Khalil just rotated towards the inbounder.
Get this one out to the safety valve in right. Right is going to find Josiah Schlatter, who's going to get to the basket and score. Up to a 7-point advantage. Richardson. 3 balls, no good. Zipful comes up with the miss. Game might be at maybe a slightly faster pace than what Defiance wants to play. They've got the lead under 3 to go. Here's Horvath, top of the key, guarded by Moyer. Horvath lost the handle. Here's Schlatter. As Coach Lehman wants to take himself a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Metzger Financial Services, help you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. So 43-36. Defiance trying to hang on to that 7-point lead.
Well, it's better to have the 7-point lead than be behind 7, but you got to give a ton of credit to Wapakoneta and Trey Elkert's group, Randy. This was ugly at times in the first half, and they could have folded, but the character of the Redskins apparent. They came out fighting in the second half. Do they have enough gas left in the tank, though? They've spent a lot of energy to get back in this thing down by 7. And Bryn Lehman calling timeout. Every time they've had a timeout, they've gotten a quality look out of it. Let's see what he draws up here.
That was a 16-point Defiance lead at the break. The Wapak has cut this to 6 and made it a 2-possession game. 7 points currently, 2.5 to play. Defiance with the basketball, and we'll get a foul. This is going to go on Elliot Block.
They are trying to get it to Khalil on the low block. Caleb Moyer's giving up some size to Khalil. Doing a great job, though, making it difficult on that low block.
So for Block, that's going to be his 4th foul, team's 5th. So Brez Zipfel will shoot from the Lee's Famous Rescue Chicken free throw line as Defiance is in the bonus. First one is good as Block will sit down. Trent Lisi will check in. So Zipfel up to 8 points tonight. And it will stay there as the second one rims out. Here's Caleb Adams. Adams to Richardson. 2 players in the same spot. Lisi in the corners to get rid of the basketball. Out to Richardson, to Moyer again. Wapak was interested in working quickly. Right now, they just like that left side. There's Moyer protecting the basketball. Drew in 3 white jerseys. Long three. The Al's Woody's Diner three. Good. First bucket of the night, Trent Lisi.
Now, how about the freshman coming in? Big pressure moment.
Lead is down to 5, just under 2 minutes to play. Schlatter up top and with Jordan Wright. Wright at that right side. Wright wanted, I think, a screener. Moving just enough to get the 5-second put on Wright. Right elbow, buries the 15-footer.
Richardson tried to back tap it free, but Wright just too quick. He's quicker than a hiccup.
Wapak from the wing. Now they'll go on the baseline. Jumper is good for Blake Rogers. Rogers now with 5. And foul called here with 1:14 to play. And it's going to send Jordan Wright to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line.
On number 20, Ryan Richardson, his third.
So Richardson's going to pick up his 3rd foul.
Jordan Wright shooting 2.
Jordan Wright, who has 8 points tonight, will shoot 2 free throws. First one is good.
Nice release on it. Put it right on that front of the rim. More times than not, you're going to get that friendly roll when you do that with a correct arc on it.
He'll get one more toss here with 1:14 to play. Winner of this one's going to come back Saturday, face Shawnee for the right to go to the regional. Lisi thought about another 3. This one comes into the corner. Rogers, pass up top. It's going to be taken away by Jordan Wright. Wright's going to find Schlatter. Schlatter gets this one ahead. Zipfel with it. Zipfel still in the backcourt, and that's a 10-second call.
Now, Brent Lehman saying he called timeout, but nobody heard it. You're going to get that 10-second call. So it looked like doomsday for a second. Now new life for Wapakoneta on the 10-second call.
Saw that there on the Cook and Son replay. Corner 3, this is going to be no good for Moyer. Tip in, no good. Second effort, good for Rogers. Leads down to 4. Foul's going to be committed with 36 seconds to play as Rogers will reach in and get the foul.
I love Schlatter. What did he do? He walked right to the free throw line, get himself ready to go. He was absolutely locked on from the free throw line against Salina. Let's see if he's still locked in.
He's got 11 points for the Bulldogs. He'll make it 12 as he knocks down the first free throw. So Schlatter's going to get one more. No matter what happens, this is going to stay a 2-possession game. The free throw just spits out. Here's Adams. Adams ahead for Lisi. Now to Richardson. On the baseline, Rogers. And the timeout is going to be taken after the basket. So take a look at the Cook and Son replay. The good baseline drive for Blake Rogers. So we got ourselves a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Why don't we step aside? Leads down to 3 for Defiance. And we'll be right back here on WOSN. Defiance at one point led this one by 20, led by 16 at the half. That lead is now whittled down to 3, 48-45. Dogs in front of Wapakoneta here in our State Bank scoreboard. 25 seconds left to play. Following the Wapakoneta score, Redskins did use their final timeout of the contest. So Defiance to get the inbound in. Schlatter's got the basketball. He's going to be fouled, and he's going to head right to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. Shoot a couple free throws with 23 seconds to play.
Fouls on number 11, Elliott Block, his fifth.
Foul is on Elliott Block. That's going to be his 5th. So he's going to be out of the contest here. So Coach Elkert using this time to buy himself an extra timeout here. Now he's going to break things up as they make a substitution as Trent Lisi checks back into the lineup. So here's Schlatter at the line. Had a rare missed free throw earlier. He's going to make this first one. So now Coach Lehman's going to get all his guys out of the line, get set for defense. The second toss is going to be good. 14 now for Schlatter. And we'll get a quick foul. Defiance does have 2 more to give, just under 20 seconds to go. So they will force Wapak to inbound a couple more times. As Moyer will do the inbounding. Moyer gets us in, calls for it back. Up top, Rogers, Blake Rogers pull up in the lanes, no good. Rebounds fought for, Zipfel has it. And Brez is going to be fouled with 12 seconds to go as we take a look at that Cook and Son replay. Foul's going to be Elisi, his first. As Brez Zipfel at the line. He'll shoot 2 free throws in the bonus tonight. So Zipfel with 8 points. Trying to put the capper on this one to send Defiance into the district final. First one is going to be good. Now Zipfel will get one more. He will add both free throws. And now we're going to have ourselves a Metzger Financial Services timeout. Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Let's take one final timeout. Come back for the final 12 seconds here on WOSN. 52-45, Defiance trying to hang on to their lead here and move on to the district final Saturday against Shawnee. Wapak will inbounds. The Bulldogs wanted to take a timeout, get set. Long pass ahead. This one's going to be taken away. Jordan Wright. Wright trying to work his way through traffic. Foul is going to be called with 7 seconds to go, and it looks like Defiance will have one more set of Lee's famous recipe chicken free throws to navigate before they can get out of here with the win. So here is Jordan Wright, the junior. A couple of three-pointers tonight. First free throw will fall through. So that's 10 points for Wright now. As it looks like Wapakoneta is going to call off their dogs. And they're going to make a handful of changes. Wright, one final toss. Sends this one airborne off the front of the iron. Wapak with the miss will bring it into the front court. Trying to take one final shot. 3 ball is going to count, it looks like. As Aaron Sadler will get the late 3 to make our final 53-48. So it's going to be Defiance and Shawnee in Saturday's district final right back here at Liberty Benton. We'll take a look at that district bracket. Top 2 seeds have advanced to the final. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it'll be time for our Binkley Real Estate post-game show right after this. 53-48, Defiance ends up getting the win over Wapakoneta, so it's going to be Defiance and Shawnee Saturday afternoon right back here at Liberty Benton for the district final. Time now for our post-game show. Brought to you by Binkley Real Estate. Binkley Real Estate has an effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, and extensive network that will get you results that move you. Big reason for the win tonight for Defiance is the play of Josiah Schlatter. He's down on the court with our Miles Holliday.
Man, this was a rock fight at the end of this game, right? Great battle. Both teams just working really hard. How are you guys able to hold on to this one?
Well, we knew going up big in halftime that they weren't just going to lay down and let us beat them. So coming back, we knew they were going to hit shots, so we just had to weather the storm and come out on top.
Yeah, 2-3 zone in the first half, absolutely fantastic. A lot of activity. What was the thought process in going to that defense?
Well, when we got out big there, we wanted to make them shoot and just be out on shooters, and that worked pretty well for us in the first half.
Yeah, you guys got some fantastic seniors. Zeffel was unbelievable getting rebounds for you. What's it mean getting wins for your seniors and continuing this journey run?
Oh, it's huge. As an underclassman, to be able to win those games for them is huge. I mean, you don't get to do that every day, and just coming out here and playing for them, it's awesome.
Now, you're a guy that nothing seems to bother you on the floor, so we gave you the nickname Stone Cold. Do you like it?
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff.
All right. So you'll be known as Stone Cold forever because you're just that guy that, man, you hunt big moments. You love big moments, don't you?
Yeah, it's awesome. Those free throws at the end, they're awesome.
All right, so big task in front of you on Saturday. You got Shawnee. You're going to enjoy this one here tonight. What's it going to take to get that win?
Man, we're just going to have to play tough. We're going to have to be physical and just guard. We're going to have to guard.
All right, you had a great shot last time here at half court. Are you going to make it this time?
Oh, yeah, let's see.
All right, you got your rebounders down there. Here we go. I think that looks... Oh! You're getting closer each time. Josiah Slider. Stone Cold, Randy. He was fantastic.
Hey, he definitely was one of, it's like 3 players in double figures for Defiance. So the Bulldogs are going to come away with a win, 53-48. And again, it's going to be Defiance and Shawnee, rematch of the regular season in Saturday's district final. We want to thank everyone for making our night possible. Starts with our director, Ken Rieker. I want to thank Peyton for the work he's done on the camera for our 2 semifinals here tonight. I want to thank the great staff at Liberty Benton for all their hospitality. And I want to thank Nick and Kelly back at our WOSN studios in Lima, getting everything set up for us here. Busy time of the year for everyone with tournament time. So 53-48, your winner. Defiance moves on to Saturday's district final. They're going to take on Shawnee. Once again, there's a look at the bracket. Top 2 seeds advance. Sets up a showdown Saturday afternoon right here at Liberty Benton. That's going to wrap it up for tonight. So again, 53-48, your final. For my partner, Miles Holliday, and our entire WOSN crew, I'm Randy Roberts. Thanks for watching, everyone.